Hello everyone, thank you for clicking the thing, watching this video. I'm brand new to YouTube and making creative video content. This is my very first video. I'm going to draw a little, introduce myself, and talk a little bit about my life and what I'd like to do with this channel. If you make it to the end of the video and actually like what you see, please consider subscribing and give it a like so that you can catch my future content and videos. Alright, so today I wanted to start it off with something, I guess, easy or familiar to me. I like to draw in my spare time, and today I wanted to draw a little D&D monster for you. I'm hoping everybody's familiar with the Mimic. Little chameleon of a monster, maybe, I guess you'd say. Shapeshifter. I like to start my drawings, usually digitally, in Photoshop. Start a new layer just for a sketch. And we like to block out maybe the shapes, first shapes. Start with a head usually. I like my workflow to feel as organic as possible. So we got the top here. So Mimic usually likes to camouflage itself as a treasure chest because adventurers, they'll come into the dungeon and they'll see, oh, there's treasure, and immediately go for it. And for that, the Mimic, it's dinner time. Sorry if you can hear any extraneous noises in the background. I have small children. They like to, well, they like to see what I'm doing. They're pretty curious. Mimic is definitely known for its teeth visually, usually. So you want to make, well, basically a giant mouth in the shape of a treasure chest or various other furniture. Usually a treasure chest, though. A little bit about myself. I'm from the South, obviously. If you don't hear a southern twang by now, then you probably will in the future. I've got small children that I take care of during the day while my wife supports us. A wonderful, beautiful wife. And I have hobbies, you know, I do in my spare time, and I've drawn most of my life. I've been an avid fan of YouTube and YouTube content for ever since the beginning. Although it's changed over the years. Still pretty good outlet for creative people. I've always wanted to, I don't know, do something like this. Show my work in a different way. I mean, I've posted my work on places like ArtStation, Tumblr, you know, social media, Facebook, that kind of thing. Anyway, so once you start to get, I guess, a feel for how your shape wants to look like, start putting in smaller details. My art process is kind of all over the place. I'll put in details 1 second and here I am trying to finish the bottom part. But typically, I don't know, it's up to the artist how they want to work around their workflow. I'd imagine mimics are, well, they've got their mouth open pretty much anytime they're not asleep. They're mostly a mouth, so they're going to be drooling a lot. But drool at the corners of the mouth, flowing down. And they remind me a lot of, I don't know, Venom, I guess you could say, or a symbiote. And any of Todd McFarlane's works, his Venom is constantly drooling. His mouth is open all the time. Alright, so we got most of the shape down now. I'll put in some smaller details, like texture of the wood, maybe, I don't know. Mimics usually don't have noses, but it'd be kind of funny to put a handle where the nose goes. Kind of like a giant nose ring. Because, I mean, a treasure chest has a handle. I want to try and do, since I'm a new person on YouTube, I want to try and do these videos as often as I can, but it's still really just a hobby, and you can't spend all your time doing your hobbies, especially if you're taking care of your children. But I still want to try and do, you know, at least one video a week, maybe, at first. Work my way towards 2 videos a week. I gotta add the tongue, the venom-esque tongue. More drool. I like the detail in the drool. Gives it a, I don't know, lifelike quality. I mean, if you're gonna turn an inanimate object into a creature, I want to add as much detail in what a creature would have. They definitely don't have eyes, though. Well, usually. I've seen more and more pictures of mimics with eyes. Usually not the treasure chest, though. Eventually, You want to add some detail. If you want to make it a scene, you know, add background detail, like he's sitting on a floor in a dungeon somewhere. Put him in a corner, maybe next to a torch sconce, or caged torch. Alright, then we'll start a new layer once we're done with our sketch. And we're gonna, let's see, pick an ink brush. This is like a tool set I like to use. There's a thick and thin brush set. There it is. To me, this one feels more like a traditional inking brush. Now, when you're inking, well, that's the way I like to do it. I like to turn the image so that it feels more natural for my hand to make those sweeping brush motions. Then you want to turn opacity down for your sketch layer so you can see what you're actually working on. Long sweeping motion with the brush tool. Usually you can get a cleaner line. And don't be afraid to use Control-Z, artist's best friend, and the rotate tool. And even on the inking, you can still work within the layer on top of, you know, making new layers. I want to try to do, see, I'll have these digitally recorded videos, like this is my desktop, but I also want to do some traditional drawing in an actual sketchbook. It's honestly more fun. So my next video will probably be a recording of me sketching in the sketchbook. try to vary your line weight a little bit depending on position of lighting. Or if you want part of the character to stand out more. And don't be afraid to rotate. Or even go back, to a spot you've worked on, rotate it, look at it a different way. Even with and especially traditional art. Oh, yeah, today is Mother's Day. Probably won't be posting this on Mother's Day, but happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Especially my mother and the mother of my children. Again, my workflow is a little, I don't know. I like to work on detail when I feel like it, I guess. The wood grain, or at least a small bit. Well, I'm a pretty big fan of D&D. I mean, I've been playing at least half my life. Recently, more into DMing. We had a small group that start to finish Lost Mines of Phandelver. That was fun. Did not go exactly the way I planned it. Never does. That's kind of a draw, I guess, from D&D or tabletop gaming in general. There we go, all the way upside down. I also eventually want to do videos of suggested content by subscribers. Maybe like, I don't know. You guys suggest to me what I should draw that week, and I just pick from what you suggest. I don't know what it is about teeth, but I always try to get them perfect. At least straighten edges. The gums are my favorite part. details and how teeth fit into a mouth. And you want to get it right with a mimic because they're mostly a mouth. I guess you could add little gross details in there if you wanted to. Pieces of other creatures they've eaten. Now this guy brushes his teeth. Somehow. That's pretty straight. There we go. Also recently got into 3D printing on a 3D printer, and well, of course, first thing I want to do with it, print tabletop minis. Have not printed a mimic yet, but I do have a model of a treasure chest. I could turn it into a mimic. I also print, my wife works at a hospital. I print stuff out for her to wear to the hospital. There's masks that they have them wear, protective masks. You can print out these little clips for the back of the mask. I call them ear savers. I guess because wearing it all day is gonna rub your ears raw. Yeah, after I started printing them for her and a couple of her co-workers, everybody wants one. And that's okay, I don't mind. Getting more things to print. More practice. Didn't quite think this corner through. Don't be afraid to erase stuff. Alright, more fine details. And I think I might speed the rest of this video up. Don't want it to drag on too long. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you liked the content, please consider subscribing. Like I said, this is my first video. So, more subscribers, better for me, and bring more content. Or you guys can let me know what you like, what you want to see in the future. More D&D monsters for sure. But there are other things, you know. I like to draw a lot of nature. Usually the creepy stuff. But you know, give us a like and subscribe, and I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.